Okay, so hi, Russ here. So, 2 days ago, right? Another Juzo exposal, as things do. It's kind of interesting of a topic, because this kind of debunks everything that happened previously, and we'll just jump straight into it, right? So we got right here Juzo's account, right? First off, they were named Juzo Koji. Recently, they changed themselves to Juzo HN. I don't know why the change, but we're talking about Juzo today once again, right? But we know them for them supposedly being a PDF, right? They went out of the way to talk to one of the biggest creators when they were 15, when they were supposedly 22. Not a great topic to talk about, right? In this community post, they doubled down, made a response video, right? Um, and I even made my own content off of it, right? But now we have Liam, one of my closest friends, right? Here on SED. We're really chill. In a collaboration with Riru, yep, right here, right? They have a new topic that they want to bring up, and I'll let Liam talk right here.
I was looking at her as a person, and I'm like, she kind of lied about her relationship. What if she lied about her identity? Something.
So the entire point right here is that, hey, I kind of lied about my age and my status with Kyokoji. Is it a possibility that they lied about who they are, right? So then we get into this portion right here where they talk about a person named Ha Linh, right? Someone in Vietnam that has the exact same birthday that's presented by Juzo Koji, the exact same face, everything, right? So what if Liam just occasionally just found Juzo's Facebook, right? Well, something felt off for Liam. Um, that almost every single one of these pictures have been used by Juzo, specifically the ones in the square as stated right here. The circle pictures are the pictures Juzo stole from Ha Linh and used on Discord, right? These pictures look awfully familiar, right? Just some that you could just like steal off of the internet.
Pictures is not that it was like an 18 plus thing. I'm pretty familiar with.
Yeah. So we also have Ruru here.
Basically appealing to YouTube staff to get. I
Yeah.
actually thought about, for example,
So what Riru's talking about here is they contacted Ha Linh and they asked, "Hey, you know about someone on YouTube essentially stealing your face, right?" And they're like, "So I've tried appealing to YouTube staff, but
um, I thought, for example, about uh, basically appealing to YouTube staff to get to do something about the YouTube account, but that never came into fruition, and so they kind of settled out of the idea of actually appealing to YouTube.
yeah, so YouTube essentially was just like, "Hey, we there's not much we can do right now, right?" That's kind of the information that they got. Then they tried contacting them directly through their Instagram, right? They translated stuff through Vietnamese through ChatGPT, and adversely, if it doesn't adversely affect me, it's fine. But it would be a problem if someone asked for the origin of the image and received an answer that they were not his, right? So essentially, what they're saying is like, hey, it doesn't really affect me, but like, it's really wrong of someone to present themselves as someone they aren't, right? And all of this, do not care if it affects you. The only thing I do is you report the YouTube channel because she's pretending to be her. So yeah, this kind of confirms that Ha Linh is not Juzo Koji, right? Well, if Ha Linh isn't Juzo Koji, right, does that mean the entire previous situation essentially means that it's all gone, right? Well,
How would your hacker know?
okay, so this part right here is that, hey, give Juzo the benefit of the doubt, right? What if someone in that moment was hacking Juzo's or Holland's account, right?
The exact time that we were going to ask this question, and then hack your account, come in, and then answer our DMs with an answer that was definitely not written by a native speaker. And
Yeah, so essentially, like, oh, it's too much of a coincidence that if this wasn't you and this was a hacker, right? How would they know the exact time to hack the account and the exact moment in the exact phrasing as someone that isn't proficient in English to respond to these messages, right? There's another message right here that essentially just translates to see, hey, you're famous, someone's using your photo as a YouTube profile picture, right? Really, really blurry, but you can kind of make out the fact that Juzo is having Ha Linh in their profile, right? So essentially, what Ha Linh just said is like, that's crazy. Not really too much to say about that. And then Ha Linh proceeded to put on their Facebook like, yo, there's this fake person on YouTube pretending to be me. Go report them, right? Juzo has made a couple statements about this. Hello everyone, this is me, Juzo Koji. Again, after what happened a few hours ago, yes, I am not the owner of the photos or videos that have a woman in them. Why would I say this? Why did I do this? You could say I'm a jealous person, someone who tries to pretend to be someone. I'll accept it. What is the real reason? Back 1 year ago, when people were treating women like horribly, I was upset and tried to do something to change it. But why should I do it? I had a voice, but what about the face? I thought for a long time and I wasn't confident about my face, and I started to steal one more photos of a 24 and make my 24-year-old woman mask. Anyways, this was a big mistake and I sincerely apologize to the owners of those apps. Sorry for people I have tried to convince that it was me. I have deleted all the videos edits that contain her images. My job is to quietly continue making edits and acknowledge everyone's criticism. I apologize and also wish for everyone for a happy new year. Right? This essentially confirms that Juzo was essentially a catfish. My definition of a catfish is someone who represents themselves in a way that isn't them, right? Essentially putting a mask over yourself that isn't you. Uh Juzo making another statement saying 2001 was not the year I was born. I took that from Ha Linh. I'm actually from 2009. What that essentially means is that Juzo is about between the ages of 15 or 16, which also means that KK was older than Juzo, meaning that there was no grooming, nothing of the sorts involved. It was just two really weird people being really, really weird, if that makes sense, right? Uh, this is their citizen ID, essentially claiming that they were born on the in June 16th of 2009, right? Also, them confirming with Itsuki saying which month were you born. This is essentially what she's claiming. And then this new post from 4 hours ago saying, since I already revealed my age, it isn't related to the teacher and student situation that I gave in my example. I'm truly sorry for the pudding to justify it and make a bunch of people underestimate about Vietnam of a point, but it actually has two sides points of the conclusion, right? So, what does this mean in general? As someone who likes to commentate and give their own opinion on the internet, my opinion is Juzo isn't a pedophile, right? She isn't a PDF or anything of the sorts. It's just someone who uh, essentially just catfished KK. Um, there's no other way of putting it. What I can say is um, I'm trying to put all my thoughts all together, right? I want to give y'all my best thought process is that I think Juzo was in the wrong in this entire situation. They pretended to be someone who they weren't, doubled down, acting like someone who essentially was a PDF, staining Ha Linh's image, by the way. I've contacted Juzo personally, and I've told her that this apology wasn't enough for Ha Lin, and they needed to contact them directly, which I believe that they did. I hope nothing for the best for Juzo. I think Juzo deserves to take a break, think about everything that they've done, and once they've reconsidered everything, uh, if they want to come back, they can. But I sincerely doubt the com would fully accept them to be back. But Yeah, since Juzo was about 13 when they essentially everything like this happened, 13, 14, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt and say that they were a young, immature person. They wanted to have some sort of good in the calm, but ended up backfiring, right? And I want to tell you this: don't let this one person put an entire disdain for the women in the community, right? There's a lot of people in the calm that are females and they deserve the respect that any other person in the calm deserves, right? Just be a good person, right? That's my best piece of advice. You don't need to pretend to be someone that you're not. That's it for today. This is hopefully the last time I talk about this entire situation. I'll be creating an SED intro video at some point. I want to make that like a fully fledged edited video compared to my other commentary type videos. Anyways, have a good day. The streets ain't safe.